With the second pick, with the third pick in the 2009 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select the Oklahoma City Thunder select James Harden of Arizona State University, Victor Oladipo of Indiana University.
2-on-1. Oh, Victor rides into the top.
Harden for 3, yes!
Say bye-bye to Victor Oladipo.
You blew it, Thunder.
You're the Thunder. You got to get Russell Westbrook some shoes. You got to get him some dudes that can hit shots from the perimeter.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream.
Why can't I be the best player in the league? I don't see why.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
What should Magic fans expect?
Man, I'm just gonna come in and help the program, man. I'm gonna come in and help to impact the program in a positive way on both ends of the floor. And I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna work my butt off, and I'm gonna bring a work ethic that they probably never seen before, because I want it that bad. And I'm gonna help that program get back to where it needs to be, and that's getting wins.
Here he goes! 360! Yes, sir!
Energy guy, an exciting, explosive guy who drastically improved his shooting.
He's able to guard multiple positions. He's going to be able to finish in transition. As you mentioned, he's going to work very hard. He's going to be a selfless player. He may become a leader. Young players have to improve. He only had 2 games this year where he made at least 2 threes. I know he improved from the first couple of years, but he has to improve that and also cut down the turnovers. 15 games where he had 3+ turnovers.
And I don't think the Dwayne Wade thing is totally fair. I think we think he's more like an Alvin Robertson, Joe Dumars hybrid, something like that.
For him to crack maybe the top 10, what does he have to improve on? Is it his ball handling? Does he need to put on like another 20 pounds to make it in the NBA?
As a defender, he being a guy who would gamble a lot and would try to get steals and would try to just, get a steal and score in transition. That's what he was thinking about. Ball handling, again, like you said, was huge. He's the type of guy, he could dribble the ball off his foot. He had some, he could drive in a straight line, but that was about it. If you asked him to cross anybody up or, go around the guy, he couldn't really do that.
I feel like if my role is to be a leader, then it'll come out. Everything that's supposed to happen will happen. So, yeah, I see myself as a leader. Yes, I see myself as leading this team. And I do that, by the way I play, the way I practice, and what I say, and holding myself accountable and everybody else.
This one might leave fans a little bit sore, but trust me, big deal. I like this deal. The Magic sending their star guard to Oklahoma City to play for the Thunder. Here's the breakdown. The Magic get Serge Ibaka. All right, he's 26 years old. He's big. He can block shots and shoot the 3. The Thunder get Victor Oladipo.
I don't know, being given up on by the Magic or any sort of bruise to your ego?
Nah, at the end of the day, it's a business.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Everybody good?
What are your expectations for this upcoming up season?
I think the biggest expectation for me is just to win. My first 3 years in the league, I struggled at doing that. And I feel like I have a great opportunity here to be a part of something special, be a part of something bigger than myself, and to be a part of a winning situation. So I'm going to take full advantage of it. I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it.
Come playoff time, without the services of Kevin Durant, we're going to learn a lot about Russell Westbrook because we're going to witness what he can do with the minimal amount of help he's perceived as having. We'll find that out about him and what Russell Westbrook is made of individually as it pertains to him having to carry the load without Kevin Durant. Here's the deal. You're the Thunder. You got to get Russell Westbrook someone else who can score and take some pressure off of him. Because you wake up in a moment and you rationalize, I have no help. I'm all alone on this island. I knew Oklahoma City didn't have much. I never in my wildest dreams believed that Robinson, Oladipo, and the rest of those troops could be this bad.
Your immediate reaction to this trade?
Well, Oladipo does have a connection, obviously, to Indiana with playing at Indiana University, and that has some relevance in a place where they need to sell tickets. And I'm not so sure that the Thunder were thrilled with the contract extension they gave Oladipo at the start of last season.
You've now won a trade by having him instead of Paul George on your roster. It's ludicrous.
When the Thunder agreed to trade for Paul George minutes before free agency opened last summer, they were declared unanimous winners and the Indiana Pacers overwhelming losers.
If you're the Indiana Pacers and you're truly being real with yourself, you're not going to be good for quite a while.
Indiana was forced to have to make something happen, and I guess they felt this was the best they could do.
The more I look at this deal, the more my mouth drops open about it.
That's a home run for Oklahoma City, regardless of whether he stays or not.
When it was revealed it was Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis for George, almost universally the reaction was, that's it?
Oladipo! By Young. Alley-oop. Well, Van Borskin. Here's Oladipo. Yes. Pounds it down.
Yes, indeed.
Stolen by Oladipo. Stevenson back to Oladipo.
A guy who's I talk about 1 through 5 star players, 5-star being MVP caliber, 4-star being all-star and on down. Oladipo is at least a 4-star player.
Oladipo is averaging more points, shooting better from the field and better from three than Paul George ever
Victor Oladipo was the number 2 pick for a reason.
Kia NBA Most Improved Player is
Victor Oladipo.
The number one reason right now is because James Harden, to me, is the most consistent third scoring option in the NBA.
I mean, he's a lefty. You want a mid-range pull-up, you want a floater, you want a layup, you want a dunk, you want a free throw. He's legendary for his step back. You can say that it's a travel, you can say it's not a travel. Ref doesn't call it, so I'm all for it. Find a way to stop it, travel or not.
At the top of the key in that pick and roll, he's very Ginobili-esque.
Post wide to post. Just so pretty. Just so pretty. Alley-oop jam. Harden says, you know what, I'll get behind everybody and then feed the cutter hard. He's back on D. Harden with the three.
It's my honor to be here today to present James Harden of the Oklahoma City Thunders, the 2011-2012 NBA Six-Man Award.
Once again, NBA champions, LeBron James captures that elusive title he so desperately coveted.
This team is different with James Harden running the point. He's slicker and smarter with the ball than Westbrook ever thought about being. This team is much better with Westbrook on a wing and Harden running the point, getting into the lane. He has better slither in the lane than Westbrook has. He makes people better than Westbrook can make them. He would make Kevin Durant better because he gets him better shots. He would get Russell Westbrook better shots. He makes it go. People say, yeah, but then who comes off the bench? I don't care. He's too good. He should start and finish at point guard.
Performer, and the best part about his game
What he does is completely independent of Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant because of his ability to take people off the dribble. He can shoot the ball after the three-point line. He doesn't need those guys to get his own offense. Only been held in single digits twice the entire season off the bench. Because by contrast, as a starter 6 times, it's happened to him because he's much more reliant upon LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and what they're doing offensively. James Harden is not. And when you get into the postseason, that third guy better step up night in and night out. And James Harden, I think, is at the level now where he can do it, and he should have been an all-star this year.
You said you wanted to be here. Is that ultimately going to weigh on you to stay here, or is that max deal? Is that what's going to be weighing on you?
Of course I want to be here. I love the beautiful city, great fans. The support that I have here and that the Thunder have here is unreal. Like I said, I'm the business side. I'll let my agent and the front office deal with that. But right now, I'm focused on the individual play and the Thunder.
Will the Thunder regret this trade?
In the end, Skip, what it comes down to is whether it's Kevin Martin, whether it's Jeremy Lamb who delivered the national title to UConn, the boy can play. You've got an upside with these two dudes, which offsets the loss of Harden if they were healthy. James Harden is not better than them. Do you know why? Because they play defense. And James Harden does not play defense.
It's hard to have a lot of credibility if you don't play good defense. It's hard to say, let's get stopped when people are looking at you saying, please stay in front of somebody.
No disrespect to James Harden, because you can ball, bro. He ain't Kevin Durant. Let's stop that. Kevin Durant, $85 million. I'm sorry. I don't think James Harden belongs in the same ballpark as James Harden. Kevin Durant belongs in the same ballpark as James Harden. I mean, I think that's blasphemous. Clearly he can play. Clearly he can ball. But in the same breath as Kevin Durant, you better watch your mouth. It ain't happening.
Hammers down two. Oh my! Harden just crossed over Wes Johnson, and that might be the single greatest crossover in the history of the NBA. With the drive.
Brooke is on the bench right now. Harden with a dance. That move is illegal in most every state except in Texas. Woo! Wow.
3, down to 2. Harden puts it up. He got it! The Bears! Cold-blooded 3 to win the game. Or he could drive on you. Crowd in Toyota Center.
Here's Harden, got the step and step. Oh, what a move. And he went right at it. Harden. 1 point Golden State lead. Harden against the back penalty to Iguodala. He got it. He got it. Timeout.
Harden, great dish underneath Capella. Drops it in, plus a foul.
Harden back out there. Oh, what a pass in the left.
Early breathing. Probably see Levert more with the second unit.
Oh, Harden. Oh, that's silly.
And the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player goes to James Harden, the Houston Rockets.
But James Harden is easily the most unstoppable offensive player in the NBA. He cannot be guarded. When I'm talking about strictly in terms of one-on-one unstoppable offensive player, James Harden cannot be guarded. I'd take James Harden any day of the week. I wouldn't even think about it.
James Harden unguardable.
James Harden is the greatest scorer in the game today. This brother is something special. He's that sensational.
Depot on the beat.